Hey everybody, this is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois. Today is Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020, and we are here at the Galloping Ghost Arcade. We are still, unfortunately, not open to the public, but that day is coming up very soon. I think maybe join us this Monday for an announcement as to our big reopening to the public day. Very excited for it. We've been working so hard, so many things going on here today. Again, it's all hands on deck here at the Galloping Ghost, and everybody is here moving cabinets and getting ready and reorganizing, and there is so much going on. You have no idea. Shout outs to Paul. Thank you for being here, man. And Sean and George. What is up, man? Can't wait to have you out at the arcade. Nick is joining us, and Michael is watching. Thank you all so much. Mike saying, can't wait to get back. Very excited to have everybody back. Hope everybody is doing well and being safe. Kevin saying, I start working tomorrow. How awesome is that? Everything's starting to go back to normal, and that's great to hear. We're hearing our friends in other arcades are opening up, and we're not too far behind. So Sparks Pinball Museum Arcade and Bar, thank you for being here. And Jay, thank you for being here. And Darren, see, look, all movement. Everybody's moving. Cabinets are moving. A lot going on. That fourth building is looking absolutely amazing. We're finding a little bit more room. It's been it's a lot of reorganization. Kind of do it in two shifts. We're gonna do what gives us the most space, and then we're gonna start our regrouping. Again, firing everything up right now. We haven't fired everything up in a bit. We're quickly finding out from all the moving, the last few things that have to be touched up again. Cliffhangers going and firing up. We got Dark Planet 3D, so much. It's just so much. Angel asking any update. I think we're going to be making our big announcement on Monday, so stay tuned for that with us. It's going to be, we're anxious for it. George says your adrenaline pumping to reopen. It is. We're there with so much going on. Sorry, losing a little bit of connection here just by going through the different buildings. But I got to show you some of this. Have to show you. So if you're interested in your membership, now's a great time to get one. And they are on gallopingghost.reproductions.com if you're interested. So let me show you some of the first things. We're working on, we've got a little space back here. This used to be Initial D and Sky Cursor and a few other machines. We're changing things up, and it's gonna get filled back up. It's gonna get filled back up real quick, but there is a lot more stuff coming. You can see right here, Savage Quest has found its space. We've got Revolution X has found its space. We've got our new two-player speed racer right there. There's so much going on back here. A lot of organization, and still a lot more to go. We've got, this space has been better organized. We've got Chicago 1929 right there, one of one prototype. We've got that right next to Crazy Taxi, Rush 2049. We've got Hydro Thunder. We've got Hydra, Initial D. So you can see a ton of stuff shifting around and creating a bit more space, and very excited for it. Alan, thank you for being here. Bulldog saying, would I be able to come to the arcade to purchase a year membership? When we're actually open, yeah, you can. If you're coming in and buying your annual membership here, you can do it that way as well. Shout outs to Charles and Tim. It's been amazing, and I got to say huge thanks to my guys who have been working so diligently and putting in so much effort getting everything ready. It's been incredible to watch how much in the last 2 days, so many machines shifting around, and it's all coming together. It's all coming together just in time. Again, we're going to have a couple of dropouts as we go from building to building, so bear with us. Raymond saying, what are the most recent games in the arcade regarding year of production? So I would have to think about that for a second. Our newest game is Spectre Files, the Death Stalker, which came out as a Game Refuge and Galloping Ghost production joint venture, and that came out back 2 years ago when we got to work with Brian Colin on the almost lost Laserdisc restoration, and so awesome, just so awesome to have that game completed and out there for everybody to enjoy. How nice is that? Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. And again, there's a lot of reorganization. This stuff, we're just moving it in here, just making sure what's turning on, making sure everything is looking good. Crystal Castle, original dedicated. Just so many machines, so much movement going on right now. We see it's going to be a long, busy day. So a lot more going on, and Lumbo saying with the new arrangements, does it seem like a whole new arcade? You know, there's still enough in here that hasn't changed. It's like, yeah, it's got that comfortable feel to it, but it definitely will be. There's a lot of changes too. It's a lot of space. It's funny, we hear from people that come in, oh, I haven't been here in 2 years. What's new? And it's like, oh, there's several new buildings. There's 100 and some new games. So Greg asking, where's Darius? Where is it right now, or where will it be? I think that one's going to be shifting around a little bit. It's always been right by the Mortal Kombat section, but that MK section got extended, so it will be on the move as well. But again, it's so crazy. It's like right now, there's just cabinets in all the aisles. Our newest Space Invaders Deluxe and Stunt Cycle, and of course, still over there, Max RPM. So many new games keeping coming out. Jim saying, I'm going to be lost when I come in. Can I get a map at the door? We've been working on doing a mapping system. It is a lot of effort to get that to be pulled off, but it's on our list. It's on our list. We're trying to add so much more stuff and do some of the older stuff that we used to do. See, now, this is exactly why we're doing this. This row is now off. We've got something wired improperly where it must have tripped the breakers, so we gotta figure out what's doing that and make sure that everything is gonna be great by the time we're able to get back open to the public. Jay saying, hey Doc, what game or games in the arcade do you personally find to be the most difficult and give you the hardest time? Oh man, you know, that really depends on the day. Sometimes if I'm a game that can see, like Robotron, I love Robotron. Some days that game will just beat me up, and other days, you know, you get pretty far. But having played everything in here quite a bit, I've spent a lot of time on every machine in this place, and it's a tough question. There's a stream like this and take the time to get to know so many of the people that play here and talk to new people that are going to be playing here. So excited to have everybody out. Again, when you're making the trip out, let us know. We're happy to come down and chat for a bit and give you kind of the walk around tour. So anxious to see all the new faces that we've met. As I was saying, anxious to meet everybody that we've met through these streams and see the old faces and new faces. So we're pretty excited for it. Shane saying the map idea is neat, or if you have everything set up by genre, you can just label each room or aisle. So the goal is to have a lot of things handled by company, and then genre and era and things like that. But again, it's always that balance of space and grouping. And we were just talking about that. We're doing the absolute best we can. There's a few staples, like we gotta have all of our Williams games together. Seeing all the Atari games together, we gotta have all of our Atari games together. So it's that constant back and forth. What gives us the most space and allows us to have the most machines? And you know how crazy it would. We just walk by an Atari sit-down Star Wars, just nuts. As rare as Atari sit-down Star Wars is, it's next to an even more rare Sega Star Wars that there was maybe 250 of those made only in Japan, and maybe I've heard rumors of like maybe a dozen brought here to the US. So that is something that you never know. You'll like, where else are you going to see that? Lumbo saying it's like a new maze for people to rediscover where their favorites went and might have them discover new games that they might not have known where they were before. Absolutely. We call it the labyrinth. The floor, I've always referred to it as the labyrinth. And, you know, even now, it's I've spent so long memorizing where every machine is, and now it's like, okay, well, this is here now, and this is here now. It's going to get tough, so we will see how long it takes to commit it all back to memory. Let's walk down this aisle a little bit. You know, Double Dragon 1 and 2, the only Double Dragons worth talking about, and that Neo Geo Double Dragon, but never Double Dragon 3. RoboCop, who just was added to Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. So if you're an MK fan, you know, the original RoboCop is right there. Rolling Thunder, super rare Laserdisc Cobra Command, which I apparently have to change this marquee light. It was working last time I checked it. Wacko, Gauntlet 2, this shouldn't be here. You can't even play 4-player right there. We'll get it all handled though. RoboCop 2, Rastan and Nastar Warrior, Midnight Resistance, 720. Love it. I love that boombox on top with the cassette. So good. It's so good. Black Tiger, looking nice. Night Slasher. Almost so good. So many great games. And again, we were showing it off yesterday. We've got our light gun section. It's a little bit it's quiet now. But it'll be back up soon. Worminator is saying, I think I have to try Flicky after all the streams I watched. Oh, absolutely. You know, we got to find a new home for Flicky. It's moved. That spot that it was in has been occupied by other Atari games. So we'll have to see where that one lands. Paul saying, does Danielle play a lot of games in there? You know, sometimes it all depends. Last time we were out, she played a ton of stuff she had never played before, so which is great to show her new stuff, but she does often gravitate right back to Flicky, but she's still trying to pick a new game to stream, so we'll see. It's missing a handful of games still, so I think it's going to move again, and it's tough. That's a lot that's currently 22 games in that aisle that we're going to have to relocate and displace and move everything along, so it's crazy. Kevin saying, Doc, thanks yesterday. You made my son Tony happy and super excited to visit when we can finally travel again. Yeah, that's awesome. Can't wait. And again, we'll have the birthday celebration will happen here when you guys show up. So let us know. And again, hope your day yesterday was great, Tony. Paul saying, Brucina and Mom send their love to you, Doc. Thank you so much for that. Tell them both I said hello. Jay sending 1,200 stars. Thank you for that, man. Very, very much appreciated. For those that don't know, the stars are a way that you can support your streamers and stuff like that. So very much appreciated, Jay. We've been streaming so much. I had never heard of stars before. And apparently it's new, and we definitely appreciate all the support everybody's been throwing at us for that. So thank you for that, Jay. John is joining us. Thank you for being here. Nick Lombardo saying Sega 32X Star Wars released in the U.S., played on Long Island, and another at the Pizza Planet Arcade and MGM Studios in Florida. Chris saying, great to hear some of your arcades are on. Oh, it is it's so much better having them on. You hear all the sounds, and it's like, oh, all right, we're getting there. Having all those noises. It's not the same without it on. You can see some beautiful, beautiful artwork, but that audible cacophony of sounds that makes the arcade the arcade. It's nice. It's nice, and this is only one aisle we're listening to. Wait till all 771 are fired up. Very anxious for it. Lumbo saying maybe when you run the gauntlet, a new room opens up, and you have to play Double Dragon 3. No. I won't be playing Double Dragon. I have 771 better games to play here, and then a couple more hundred in the vaults. Nobody needs to be playing Double Dragon 3. But, maybe that's just me. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Shane said, never seen the game with the boombox marquee. That's really cool. 720, that is the collectors go crazy for 720. Skateboarding game, kind of like Skate or Die, like games are coming out like that, and it's so good. It's so good. It's one of those where it's got a little bit of a high level of entry to get to really enjoy it. But the people that put some time in, it's got a rotating stick. It's very unique. Definitely check it out. Great game from Atari. Greg saying excitement level 10. All the sounds are making me want to play. Oh yeah, man. It's seeing the cabinets and the artwork, but having them all lit up and the sounds, and at the same time, I'm walking around and this is at the aisle, the front door. There's cabinets in the aisle. We've got Piranha. I just love this artwork. So good. That's awesome. It's just awesome. Moon Shuttle from Nitsubitsu. Another one you don't get to see the side art too often. It's so hard to have all this beautiful artwork that people don't get to see. Like, I know it's there, and we show it. Got Journey up here. Journey making its way back up to the front. What an amazing, beautiful cabinet. So good. Tim saying, have you ever bought anything from TNT Amusements? Todd and the Roth brothers, amazing. I believe we bought something off them. I don't know if we've bought a full game off of them. But who knows? It's maybe at some point. I would love to. Like, Todd's restorations are unbelievable. So definitely, if you're looking at games, TNT Amusement they've been around, and everybody knows Todd. Like, going and seeing the people around him at shows and stuff, it's just unbelievable. Like, that guy is a magnet to, he's got so much knowledge on the games. It's just awesome to chat with him when we are able to. Shane saying, hey man, Flicky is great. I never played it before. Watch the streams. Now I love it. Brilliant design. Bad at it, but it's still having fun. It is. I love Flicky. Flicky is just such a beautifully designed game. And when we're talking about game design, I get to talk with guys like Brian Cullen and Jeff Lee and Warren Davis, George Petro, Eugene Jarvis. Flicky, I always bring it up because it is so meticulously designed. And while you don't need to, you can play it and not even notice what it is. And that's the subtlety. And there's a perfect way to play it. You don't have to play it that way. You can play it any way you want. But if you play it perfect, you see what the designer had in mind. It's amazing. Greg saying, I'm going to go play Flicky. I'm going to play Flicky too. Let me know. I love watching people play Flicky. It's great. It's great. Maybe if you're coming out to play some Flicky, we'll let Danielle know. Maybe she'll come out and give you some tips on it. Shout out to Thomas Roth. Thank you so much for being here, man. I got to give you a call on some stuff. I will talk to you very soon. Paul DeCruz talking about a Christmas party. That would be pretty awesome. Dan Icavelli, thank you for being here, man. Saying 10 days to my 54th birthday. Hopefully you can be out here for it. Time's coming. Time's coming. Charles sending 2,000 stars. Thank you so much for that, man. Very, very much appreciated. It's great. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the support, and we are putting those stars to good use. A lot of effort going in, getting ready for when we're able to have everybody back, and it is going to be pretty amazing. So we definitely appreciate the support. Thomas Ross sent another 1,560 stars. Thank you so. You guys are too good to us. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you so much for that, man. Very, very much appreciated. Again, I cannot wait to have you out here, man. It's going to be a crazy time, for sure. Greg saying, where's Brady? Brady, fan of Johnny Nero Action Hero. Hopefully he's here soon. Hope he's doing all right. Bulldog saying you should do a Galloping Ghost CD called Sounds of the Arcade. I wonder how many people could pick out what aisle we were walking through based on the sounds. Greg saying 771 is an awesome number. Running the gauntlet will kill you. Bring life support. Nah, back when we were filming, I would do 3 days non-stop filming. It's tough. It's tough. Polyphase, 15-minute naps maximum. You can get through. If you're having fun, it's hard to stop, and it's it'll be a challenge. I haven't done any 3-day stints in quite a while, but I can do it. It'll be interesting, to say the least. Jay say I used to play quartet in the arcade at Indiana Beach when I was a kid. When I played at Galloping Ghost, I forgot how hard the game is. It was awesome to play it again and not have to pump quarters into it. You know, quartet, such an amazing Sega game. It was arriving with one of the legends of the industry. Chris Tang was here, and you should have seen his expression as we rolled the cabinet through the door. His eyes lit up. It's like, oh my God, you have a quartet? I love quartet. And it's like, it's so cool to see people react when they see a game that they're not expecting, and you can just watch it all just crash back down on them of the memories of those games. It's so good. It's so good. Greg saying, I never heard of Piranha. Gotta check out what's going on with Tutankhamun there. Worminator saying, is the fish marquee out there yet? Not yet. It's ready to go. We just need to move the cabinet to its final spot, and then we'll be installing the In the Hunt fish tank. Shout out to Tim Foley. Thank you for being here. Greg saying, have Steve Perry come for the 10th anniversary to play Journey. We'll ask him. Maybe we know somebody who knows him. Worminator saying, what phase do we have to wait to come back in? So I think that's a good question as to what phase. It's going to be. We're seeing other arcades open, and depends. There's nothing specific for arcades. Like looking it up, it is probably closest to retail. So we're going soon. We'll have a date pretty soon though. So stay tuned. We'll be making an announcement on Monday Mystery for sure. So very excited for that. Worminator saying, I think Stunt Cycle will be my first play. Stunt Cycle is so good. You know, it's crazy. When you look at, like, it's black and white screen, the game doesn't change. It's one screen. It's just a line. You're just racing a motorcycle. It's so fun. And it plays so quick. You just find yourself playing game after game after game. So I hear you there, man. Stunt Cycle's pretty amazing. Greg saying I need to get a Rampage shirts in there. We can working on that. We've been talking with Brian Cole and Jeff Nauman on some stuff, so stay tuned for that. Steve taking off. Thank you so much for being here, man. Very, very awesome. Thank you. Paul saying, Doc, I know I've said this before, but we all really appreciate everything you do. You're a dedicated hard worker, and we love you, man. Thank you so much for that, man. It's so so fortunate to get to do the things that I do and get to talk with the people that I get to talk to, and just get 5 p.m. I get to hang out with everybody in the stream. How awesome is that? So I very much appreciate it, man. Thank you for that. Greg saying, let's see the Neo Geo aisle. I miss Neo Geo. All right, we can walk down the Neo Geo aisle. Here they all are. Look at all those red and white control panels. Fatal Furies and Garo Mark of the Wolves and Last Blade and Shock Troopers and Ironclad, Last Resort, Ganryu, both World Heroes, The Art of Fightings, Waku Waku 7, all the King of Fighters. Chris, I can't wait to have you back out, man. It's there's so much more to show you now, so I can't wait to when you can make the trip out. Paul saying, Doc, do some players actually hang out from open to close? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Greg saying, Chris Tang needs to come to the 10th year anniversary. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Got to talk with him on it. Brady joining us. Thank you for being here, man. Jesse saying, when I get enough money, I have to come play at this legendary palace. Thank you so much for that. There's a lot. There is definitely a lot. 771 games. Those panoramics, man, they're pretty good. Brian saying, the grid is going to be my first play. Everybody's always on the grid. The grid is so good. Who doesn't love the grid? It's, especially on the weekends, it's always packed. 6-player, like, of all the arcades, you know, I'm trying to remember. I saw it a few times in the arcade back in the day, and I don't remember ever seeing all 6 together. And I'm sure there were places that had it, but, you know, having all 6 is pretty awesome. Jay saying, I was watching Jaws last week, and there's a brief scene where someone is playing an arcade game called Killer Shark. I looked it up. It's a real game from 1972. Have you seen that machine? I have seen it. We don't have it on the arcade floor. Doesn't mean it's not in the vaults, but it's not here on the arcade floor yet. You know, it's so crazy watching movies and TV, and you see an arcade in the background, and it's like, oh, there's an arcade. I know that arcade. It's always awesome. Very cool, very cool. Paul's saying Afterburner 2 is what I'm playing as soon as I get in there. Roman asking, how much is your electric bill? Oh man, it's ugly every month. It's we don't ever say the exact number, but it's pricey. It's pricey. It's but it's the cost of doing business, right? So we happily pay it. Brad Williams joining us. Thank you for being here. Greg saying, and Jefferson, thank you for being here, man. Very awesome to have you. Greg saying, I forgot about Warlords. Now I want on that. You know, that's the crazy thing. You're just walking around. It's like, oh, I gotta play that. Oh, I gotta play that. Oh, I gotta play that. It's crazy. You just gotta jump on some stuff and start playing it and then get to the next. Jim saying, I've done several open to close. Luckily, the Ghost always has plenty of Mountain Dew. Gets you through. It gets you through. Paul saying the vault is a very mysterious, magical place of the unknown. Oh, it is. It is. There's so many more secrets lying in the vault. We're very anxious to share them all with you. Making a little bit of work on the Canton expansion. So we have our new carpet is arriving tomorrow. So we got to go pick it up, and then the carpet starts, and you know the place will be better for everybody. We've got, we had Tom in there, Tom fixing the faucets, new faucets in the bathroom, and just so much crazy stuff going on all at once. And just can't wait to have everybody back in. More machines firing up as we're talking. Xenophobe firing up. Crazy Climber 2. Arkanoid. The Neo Geo row is now firing up, and it's a little loud. We gotta get in there and making sure what's going on with that. Buddy, I just noticed you look kind of like a brown-haired saber-tooth. If you grew some sideburns, that would totally complete the look. All right. Haven't heard that one before, but all right. Wormman, I was saying, what other skateboard games do you have? Was Skate or Die an arcade game or just console? So Skate or Die was just console, but 720 was like really the initial first game out there like that. Ken Walker saying, don't forget the 40 pinball machines for $15 or 30 for both. Absolutely. Galloping Ghost Pinball. You know, we were working down there today, getting everything over there cleaned up and ready to go too. So exciting times. Nash saying, I've traveled from Puerto Rico a few times to play here. Open to close is the law. You know, that's what it was always intended to be. It was like, if you're paying $20 to get in here, we want you to get everything, play every minute of the day, till 2 a.m. That's what the initial thought was. That's what when I was going to arcades, it's what I wanted to do. It was like, man, why are these arcades closing at 10 o'clock or whatever, and why are they opening so late? Like, I can be out here at 11. Like, why are we opening up at 3 in the afternoon? So, absolutely, man, stay all day. That's the way to do it. Dennis saying, I'm surprised Doc doesn't have solar panels set up on the top of the buildings to help with the ComEd bills. So we looked into it. It just didn't, the numbers didn't line up. Even with the government subsidizations of the installations, the technology, and this was years ago, it's something that's still on our radar because we would love to, obviously it's a lot of energy, and CRT's not the most greenest thing you can run on a business, and especially to have so many, but something that we are aware of and still looking into. Jonathan saying, have you ever showed the power room where all the electricity is fed from? Must be quite an installation. So we actually have several panels throughout. So each building has its own, obviously, and then there's just breaker boxes all over. So it's a lot of power here. Definitely is a lot of power. Hello, Brucina. Thank you for being here. Very awesome to have you. Greg saying, I forgot about Arkanoid. Never seen anyone play it. Love it. Love Arkanoid. First one and Revenge of Doe. Both really cool. Paul saying, news updates on pinball opening with the arcade. It'll be probably shortly after. We have to see how our staffing is, and we're working on the arcade first. It's got to take priority, but we've got so many people asking when pinball is going to be opening too, so it won't be too far behind. Henry said, I remember playing the grid, but it was only 4-player. I'd never seen the 6-player. So awesome. Loved playing that game at the arcade close to Lincolnwood Mall. Man, you could play anywhere you played it. It was so good. I played, there was one place that had a single-player machine, and talking with all the guys that worked on it, Ned Boone and everybody, Todd Allen. Yeah, you really need to have multiple games. I loved playing it even as a solo player game, but it was so fun multiplayer. Jay saying, or Paul saying, are you ever there at closing time? From time to time. I normally cut out around 8 or 9 or so. Sometimes I make my way back, but it all depends. The arcade is also a great place to bring a date to. Absolutely. When me and Danielle, I took her here on our first date. Nash saying, you should double check into solar panels one more time. They're definitely advanced in technology. Absolutely. And it's been on our list for a little bit, but it's definitely something that we're going to be doing soon. David, thank you for being here. What is up? Shane saying, always fun hanging out with you guys. I got to head out. Game on, everybody. Thank you so much, man. Casey asking, any thoughts of retro console tournaments at all? So we don't really do much console gaming, but we've got our big T20 tournament that usually has a lot of classic arcade games in it, which will be happening August 7th, 8th, and 9th. So hopefully, you know, if you're going to be around in August, come join us for our T20. It's going to be pretty amazing. But you know, I'm seeing all my guys kind of avoiding the camera. They're all getting ready for. Paul saying I'll continue to search for an R360 for you. Thank you so much for that, man. One of our holy grails that we hope to one day acquire. Again, we don't let too many games, like, we don't let people know what's not in the vaults, but that is one, because having a hard time finding it. So hopefully one day. But I'm gonna go right now. We're gonna go help some of my guys move some cabinets, get some more machines up and running, and because, you know, we're kind of getting ready. We got to get ready for all of your return. We're so anxious to have you back. We've missed you all so much, and just excited for it. Can't wait. Even with all the craziness that's going on, we're very, very. We just want to get back to normal and do it better than we've ever done it before. So, very much appreciate everybody that has joined us. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. We'll do another walk around. We'll show some crazy rare games and tell some tales and stories and just have some fun. So join us at 5 p.m. tomorrow and just chill out with us. So Chris, thank you all so much. Chris Tang, thank you as always, man. I can't wait to. I'll be in touch with you soon, man. Worminator, everybody, Paul, Brady. Thank you all so much for joining us. So until next time, again, thank you, everybody. We miss you so much. This is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade, and we hope to see you around the arcade soon. Stay safe, everybody.